Hello my lovely Flosstube friends, welcome back to the channel. So if you are new here, welcome. Thank you so much for hitting the subscribe button, and I hope you like what you see on these videos. This is a slightly different video because, believe it or not, this is actually a live stream, but it's going to get edited down so that you don't need to deal with all the chitter chatter, but you will see comments up here. This is the live chat that is currently taking place, so yeah, unfortunately I won't necessarily be doing all the chitter chatter and live chat, but the chat will. So yeah, this is my September / October update because it was just never going to happen to get an update out there, and I've got a lot to share. It's a mountain. Me and the stream have already established it's a mountain, and I will show you my mountain a little later. So I need to start by looking at the whips because that's what you're here for, or at least most of you are here for, but it's going to require me to get up. Chat, this could be where we're going to need to edit out. I might need to edit the whole getting up, standing up, sitting down. I'm definitely going to get my sit stand goal today. Right, okay, here we go. Where are we? Let's go to the, let's pull the whips out. Have we got everything? Yes, we have. Right. Do you know what? I think we're going to be doing a lot more editing than I thought we was going to be doing on this live, guys. Right, so Essex Needles Retreat. I'm going to need to pull my notes up for this because Teresa's going to forget. There we go. Look, see, I've even got notes. So today we've got a whips update. We've got birthday purchases and purchases from friends and family. We've got my new table. We've got some embroidery type gifts that I got. We've got a new quilt, which I'll share with you. I'm so excited to get started on that. We've also got my project bag, which I think the last time you saw it was in the making. I did manage to get it done and it was ready for the Essex Needles Retreat, so I was like overjoyed with that. There might have been a little bit of an issue with the handles. If it was, Susie has been so kind to not make a fuss about maybe that I've put the handles on slightly crooked. We won't worry about that. Then obviously we've got a whips update. Then we've got the update about the Essex Needles Retreat that was on the 26th to the 28th of September. And all the fun and jazz, and my God, yeah, I might have gone a little crazy when I was there with the purchasing. But we had some wonderful, wonderful vendors, and yeah, the problem is when there's vendors there, there's a whole hot rabbit hole of stuff. And then literally the weekend after, which was this weekend just gone, I was at the Chatelaine Retreat. So the Chatelaine Retreat, did I put that on there? Charlotte, when was the Chatelaine Retreat? I think it was the 2nd or the 3rd of October. Yeah, I think. 2nd or 3rd of October, and that was at Crewe. There was a was there any there was a couple of purchases there, but yeah, again, great vendors, great crowd of people. I've had a lot of fun. I'll be honest, I've had a very fun month. Right, so first things first, let's talk about some whips because that's what most people are here for. As soon as they get it out of the bag, everybody knows what it is. Of course, it is my family farm Afghan. And it's about the right season for it now. We're definitely getting into the chillier evenings, let's say. Autonomous? That is right. Let me see if I can get you a picture. Yeah, here we go. Right, let's see if Teresa knows how to work the overhead. Let's do this. Okay, so you're upside down and you're out of focus. That's not good. Okay, we're going to fix this. We're going to fix this by going like this. Okay, all turn your heads upside down. No, let me see if I can do a... Oh, come here. Overhead. Transform. Which way round? I can't remember whether it's a flip. Which way is it? Flip horizontally or flip vertically? Oh, no, that's not what we want to do. because the writing's backwards. Is the writing backwards? I might have to get my tech guru to come in here and sort this out, because that's no good. No, that's not right. Transform. Right, this is live action, people. This is what sort of happens when. Okay, reset transform. Oh my god, what have I done now? Let's pull that back. Okay, I'm gonna go and get the tech, because the tech guru needs to come and tell me how I do this, because it's been so long I've forgotten how to do it. Hold on, people, you know, chat amongst yourselves just for a short while here and let me see if I can sort this problem out. That was so easy to fix, and I just made myself look really stupid now. Okay, so here we are, Family Farm Afghan. This one is the Quilt Family Farm, and the last time you saw this, I haven't got pictures of the last time you saw it. The last time you saw this, we was in the middle of a block, do you remember? And because of my back, I was having to try and stitch in hand. Why is that? Okay, we got some extra bits here. So I was trying to work my way through it all, and you will be pleased to know that whilst I was at the Essex Needles retreat, I managed to get a block finish. If nothing else, whilst I was at the Essex Needles retreat, at least I managed to get something finished in my life. So I know it's not like a full block, but it's okay. We can make this work. It's acceptable. And I've now decided that, because obviously we've got this block, and this block. This block is the only one that had any colour in it, other than this lovely little block down here. I love this. I love this block. So given that I've done 3 blocks, and let's have a look at the picture. So the picture says we've got 1, 2, 3. So I've done 3 blocks there, and by the looks of this, there's there's another 3 blocks of sky. But I'm sort of skied out now, because I've just finished this block here. So instead of going and doing more sky, we've also done this block here, this one. So this one looks like a good block because it's got like a house in it. So I'm rather liking the idea of moving on and giving myself a break from all the blue and the sky, and doing the other side of this in this block. That's the plan. That's the plan that I'm going with, I think. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear. Why is that not working? Okay, so it looks like my stream thing just stopped working. Oh my god. The tech. Okay, we've got a tech malfunction now. That my stream deck is not changing the scene, so I'm going to have to do it the old-fashioned way with the click of a mouse. So if you hear lots of clicking all of a sudden, I'm going to apologise. It stopped working. Oh. Look, so if I press... Hold on. The guru is here. Wave, just put your hand in so that they can see you. Hi. There's the tech. Right, okay, so if I put it back onto... But at the moment it says I'm on overhead, and I'm not. Yeah. But if I don't know what it's doing. It stopped working. We're just gonna go without it.
I'll do something on your computer to try and fix it after this stream, so it doesn't have the next stream. I think it's because it's like doing that thing where it shuts off USBs. So.
Everyone's saying, "Hey, Lolly."
Hi.
So yeah, so I think that's what we're gonna do. That's more than enough blue in one person's life for a while. I think it's time for a bit of a change. And given that it is the perfect timing, we are in like the midst of October. I'm like, I think we're ready. I think we're ready to move on to autumnal colours. Autumnal colours. So that is whip number 1. So Afghan, this got 4 days worth of stitching in September, and then because I got the block finished whilst I was at the Essex Needles retreat, I've put it back in the bag, but it does need to come back out, admittedly. Right. We're going to start stacking everything on the floor. What else did we stitch on? We also stitched on let's pull this one. We also stitched on a very appropriate one. So because I was going, where was I going? Because I was going to the Chatelaine retreat, and I think I might have actually, I think I pulled this out at the Essex Needles retreat as well. So a group of us decided that we was going to start stitching on, now I've got to do this by the thing, haven't I? We decided we was going to start stitching on this one. So this is the Welcome to the North Pole by Primrose Cottage Stitches. And there was a group of us that started this, I think about a year ago, at the, I think it was at the No-Ban retreat. So this one I'd been neglecting, I'll be honest, it hadn't come out. And then everyone else was getting them out. So I was like, well, I need to take mine along with me. So I took this to the Essex Needles retreat. And although I didn't get a lot done on it, I think, so the last time you saw this, I think I had most of this. I didn't have all the and I didn't have this section here done. So literally I've gone in and done these bits, and I've just started on this little section there. Look, the needle's still hanging out of it because I'm so disorganized. And the only other thing I need is, because I didn't have the white at the ready, the white needs to go in as well. So I need to get some white in there. But other than that, I think it's going to take a long time to do at this rate. If it's took me a year, I think we're about a year. I don't know. Someone in the chat should know this. It's took me about a year just to do this one sort of like section. But I'm just starting on this little section there, which is the, what is that? It's like the little toy car bit. But I do have the buttons. Rather than it just being the stitching, we have also got the button pack for this, she says. Let me see. They are just too adorable. Would you look at these? Look at those. So I've got all of the different buttons. The lovely Lauren from Cross Stitch Bunny managed to source these for me. From just another button company. And it is a Welcome to the North Pole pack. So she got a number of them, and then yeah, she managed to get these to me so that at least I can do the beads on mine. So yay, I'm so excited. I just actually need to do the stitching now because it's always helpful, right? It would help. It would help. So we got a little bit of progress on this. So Welcome to the North Pole. So this got 3 days in September and 1 day in October. So not a huge amount, but to be honest, with the way this month's been, I don't think I was ever going to get a huge amount of any actual stitching done because I've just been too busy, people. You just got to love a bit of life getting in the way, right? Okay, so let's slap that one down there. So that is another whip. Then we've got, she says, this one. What is this one? This one is empty. Oh, so this one is my Shepherd's Bush Stocking Terry. Now, I think I've only got a working copy, which obviously you're not allowed to see. Hold up. Let's see if I've got a picture. Do we? Oh, I don't think I've got a picture of it because I've literally only got the working copy. Oh no, we do have a picture. I took a photocopy picture of it. Hold up. Okay, let's flip you over. So this is the Shepherd's Bush Terry stocking. I've only ever done one of these before, which was the one that I did for my previous boss. And it's on like the really big count. I can't remember what fabric it is, but I think I've shared it before. So let me fold it over and show you where we got to. So this is my progress. Now it looks a bit weird, but if you look on this picture here, basically I've done some of this section here, and then I've sort of filled in some of the cream from her dress, and then I've just done the outline stitching to get me up and round, because I was like, well, if I do the outline stitching, I should be able to do like pick some blocks and just do some blocks. So the only snag, so I was using a Q-snap for this, and then I decided that because I was going to take it on the train and I didn't want to bundle myself up with lots of stuff, because obviously at the moment I'm trying to avoid carrying too much stuff, I decided to hand stitch. Because I'd done it on the Afghan, I was like, well, let's try it on this. It's pearl cotton, it should work. I'll be honest, people, I know I said on the Afghan you couldn't really see it so much, but for some bizarre reason on this, now I don't know if it's the colour, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. Let me see if I can scoot the camera down for you. Let's just do a bit of adjusting here. There we go. Now, I can see it, so I'm pretty sure you'll be able to see it, but can you see this section here? So this portion here is what I stitched in hand. And those stitches look much messier than these ones down here. You know, when it's just like, I didn't think I would be able to see it that much, but I really can. So I'm happy to leave it, because I think once the rest of it's done, you're not really going to notice that there's just that little patch. But I don't think I'm going to do the whole sewing method. So when I say the sewing method, so instead of doing, you know, one hand at the back, one hand at the front, and sort of going in and out like I normally do, I actually done this where you go in one hole, out the other hole, and then you pull the thread through, and then you go in one hole and back out the other hole and pull it through, and it's arguably supposed to be faster. I think it is faster. I just think that obviously it just makes my stitches look a bit messy. So the rest of it looks fine. I mean, this is obviously stitching that I've done in a hoop, and this is the stitching that I've done in hand. So yeah. I'm sure that with practice it would get easier. I'm sure it would, but currently I'm like, how these do people stitch in hand and then go and stitch in a Q-snap and it look the same, or is it that actually, depending on the method, it's always going to look obviously different like mine does? I appreciate that I don't do it very often, and practice makes perfect, and don't worry, Mum, you have taught me well, and I know I'm being impatient with it, but you know when you just sort of sit there and think, why doesn't it look like the other bits do? But yeah, so I tried it. I'm not overly happy with how it looks in comparison to the stitching in the Q-snap. So I'm thinking maybe it either needs to be in the Q-snap or it needs to be in hand, but I don't think I can sort of go between. I don't think I can do that. I was going to say, so some of the people in the chat are basically saying others have tried it and it's mostly noticeable. I think you'd have to go some for it not to be noticeable. So how many days did that get? So this got 2 days in September, 3 days in October, and 1 day of that 3 days it was train stitching in hand. So yeah, I think if I'm going to do stitching in hand, then it needs to be in hand and stay in hand, and then not go in a Q-snap, so that I can do the sewing method and the stitches might look consistent. I don't think they're particularly untidy stitches. They're not the neatest, but I think if they were all the same and it was uniform, it wouldn't be so glaringly obvious to me, I think, is what I'm thinking. What next? What else have we got? So, we have a chatelaine back in the rotation, people. I know. Frosty Knot Garden, of which I haven't got a picture. No, I don't have a picture, so we're gonna have to fly with this without a picture. Frosty Knot Garden was originally started before I'd finished Evening in the Park, and then it went away because I was like, no, I need to focus on Evening in the Park, and it was a good job I did, because otherwise that would be taking, it probably would still be in the rotation now. So because of that, it went away, and then I did say that when I finished Evening in the Park back on the 31st of December 2024, I did say that I was going to have a break from the chatelaines and that I would come back and revisit the Frosty Knot Garden as of, I think I did say it was my birthday. So I don't think I'm lying to you. I think it's still right. I think we're still where we should be. So obviously going to a chatelaine retreat, it made total sense that the chatelaine was coming for a ride in the car. But it did do more than just come for a ride in the car. I did actually do some on my chatelaine. Now, I know we've got a Christmas grime guard. I haven't got anything else that's equally, fitting for this project. Unfortunately, I'm not one of those people that has the ability of having so many different grime guards that everything goes and matches. I know some do, and I'm envious and jealous, I have to say. So this is where we've got to. So what did I do? So whilst I was at the chatelaine retreat last weekend, I did some filling in along here. I did, you're probably, I don't know, you can see. So I did all of the shiny bits around the outside here. I think that was already done, and this I put in as well. So not a massive start, people, but it's a start nevertheless, I think. Charlotte's saying it was started the very first UK chatelaine retreat. Was it? Was that when I started it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure when I started it. Charlotte knows. So, yeah. So this one, although it didn't get a lot, and to be honest, I mean, taking it to a chatelaine retreat and expecting to get much stitching on it was how do I put it? I was thinking that it would happen, but I was obviously not on the right frame of mind or right planet when I was thinking that, because everybody knows when I go to a stitching retreat, I do very little stitching, and anything that is even remotely testing on the brain was never going to get stitched on. So of course we did get some. So what did it get? It got 2 days. It's had 2 days. So it had the day at the chatelaine retreat, and I think I pulled it out one day during the week just to do like a strand or two whilst I was sat in front of the TV, because it's like once it was out I was like, oh yeah, I should really get that one out. But yeah, this whole week has just been a hot mess, I'll be honest with you. I've been just so busy with work, so busy with stuff, that it was like every time I went to go and do some stitching, it was like a strand, and then it was like I'm off to bed, or I'm walking the dogs, or you got to love life, right? Life, yeah. And I've been working really, it's quarter end for us at work, so bearing in mind it was my first week back in London this week, and bearing in mind the last time I was in London was back in June, and literally I'd done 3 days. It was supposed to have been 4, so it's a good job it wasn't, because 3 days was more than enough. Right, next project is Heaven and Earth Design, full coverage. Life is an open book. So this is one of my little book keeps. And I thought I would pull this one out and have a little stitch on this one. Again, I haven't got pictures of where you last saw it or what the finished design is, because yeah, we're rolling with it today, people. So Life is an open book, got 2 days worth of stitching in September and 1 day in October. And slowly but surely, people, slowly but surely, we're getting rid of the park threads. So all of this, I think I already did all this the last time you saw this. This is the area that I've been working on. And again, I'm just working in my blocks, and then I'm sort of just going until the thread runs out. But I think we did a little bit more down here. But yeah, I mean, it's coming along. I mean, you can see that this is a building. I mean, I must admit, I think I'll be happier once I get rid of this there's here, and we start getting down to where the people are and where the umbrella is, because it's like a lady and a gentleman hiding underneath an umbrella, and there's yellow in it. When I get to the yellow, I think I'll be more than happy. But at the moment, it's like the fact that this has been in the making for so long and I still haven't got past where the curtain is. And it's not an overly big project. It shouldn't be taking this long, but with all the projects, there are some projects that get lots of touches and there are some that don't. And this is one that doesn't. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm saying it's okay, right? What do we think? Northern Stitcher says, I'm doing the Paris one too. I'm almost exactly where you are in progress. I love it. I love the colours. The colours on this are amazing. It's probably, I would argue, probably one of the most colourful projects that I've got. Everything else is either a little bit muted or a little bit dusky and a bit moody. This one is like a really, really vibrant, colourful one. So, admittedly, one of the reasons that I'm like, you know, it doesn't matter if I get to this one so much is because alternative reality should really be my focus piece. Of course, I sit there and say that, but I don't think there's any stitching that I do that is a focus piece, is it? So, yeah, Life is an open book. It got 2 days in September, 1 day in October. I think that is it for the stitching. Yes, it is. There we go. So that's the stitching side done. The makes, my makes. The only thing that I was gunning to get done, so before I went to the Essex Noodles retreat, the one thing that oh no, we're not done. We're not done. Where is it? Okay, where we are a design short, people. Where is it? I can't have that. Oh no, where is she? I was going to show you my Elizabeth Weston, because Elizabeth Weston was stitched on. Elizabeth Weston, I mean, admittedly, it was only 2 days worth of stitching. So for those that don't know, Elizabeth Weston, this one got dusted off as part of my cozy stitching stitch story. And once I got it out, I was like, oh, why have I not been stitching on this? And I've got the book here. I got that bit out, but I didn't get the stitching out. It's typical. It's typical. Okay, I won't show you that. You can see that next month. That'll be next month's project. Right, so the makes. I did finally manage to complete my project bag. Ooh, it's just squashed. Hold up. I've got stuff in the pockets, people. Let me move things. Let's see. This is how you know it's been to a retreat. I've got like light. I've got magnets. I've got power bank. This, I have to say, is amazing. I'm going to share this. Hold up. Let me share another. I got this off of Amazon. Now, it's not, you know, like normally you just have a power bank. And if I press the button, She says, look, it tells you it's got 100% on it, so I don't need to worry about, oh my God, is it going to run out? Because it actually tells me if it's going to run out. But the bit I like about it is it comes with its own little connections. You know, like normally you have to take a cable with you and you have to decide what cables you need. I've got USB, old style iPhone connector. Actually, I'm going to do this on the other camera because this one doesn't like it when it goes out of focus. Let me show you. Let's do it this way because this is the better camera. So it comes with its own built-in ends. So I've got every possible connection I might need, she says, if I can hold it still. It's got USB, it's got the old iPhone, it's got the USB-C, and it's got, I don't know, that's like the Android. Like, so my, what is it? What's that one? Where'd it go? This one is the one that I use for my Android. So you know when I'm using Markup XP, when I'm using Pattern Keeper. But I love it because it's got it. I don't need the cables. It's got its own cables. And of course it is a funky colour. Of course it is. I have that, but not in the funky colour you have. Well, you know. They had lots of funky colours. I got one for my mum and one for myself. So yeah, another great purchase. And I actually, you know, really useful for when I'm out and about. Not, I mean, it's not too heavy, but it is a little heavy. It's not something I could walk around in my handbag with for everyday use. But for like the retreats where you've got like multiple devices and sometimes you can't plug them in because there's not enough plugs, this is perfect. This is perfect. Or like if I go back to the room in the evening and I'm like, oh, you know, I need some light. I can take the little portable light and I can plug it in. Right, so the bag. The bag, that was what I was showing you in the first place. Here is my make. I'm going to do it this way because it's in the way of the chat. So here's the bag. Here's my Tula Pink's fabrics. We got the pockets, people, with some little dart type things. And then it's sort of, the thing that I like about this bag is when you make it, it's like, it's square. But as soon as I put things in it, it goes like that nice oblongy shape. But it's also got pockets on the sides. I love it. And then we've got a giant pocket at the back. So I've got another big pocket there. So I'm pocketed up. If I tell you I don't have a bag that's got enough pockets in it, then I'm lying. But obviously this is purely for heading off to retreats and putting my stitching in, like in the living room, so that it's all in one place. I love it. I love it. Charlotte, as you are an angel, she's put a link to the Amazon link for the power bank in the chat for anyone that wants to head on over and have a little look at all the multiple colours, because they do some really funky colours. But I love my little bag. Now, what I was saying about the handles, I'm pretty sure Susie hasn't confirmed either way whether I've done it right or wrong. But I don't think I put the handles on right. I think, because, do you see what I mean? Can you see what I've done? I think I might have done it wrong, she says. But at least I've been consistent, because if I have done the handles wrong, then they're both wrong, is the thing. I'm pretty sure it's wrong, but I think she was just being extra nice to me because I'd done so well to put it together. So I am so chuffed. And of course now I'm like down that whole rabbit hole. I want to do this and I want to do that. I want to do all the things. I want to make more bags. I want a smaller one to go on the, you know, when you go to the retreats and you want like one of those little bags that's for like all your little trinket things, you know, like your scissors and your mobile phone and I don't know, needles and yada yadas. Yeah, I think I need like the smaller version of this that sits on the table, because the thing was, this is lovely, but it sort of had to go either on a chair or it had to go behind me on the floor because it was too big. I couldn't sit it on the table. So I'm like, I can't sit it on the table. So I need a smaller version. So Susie, when you watch this video, you're going to be like, oh no. Oh no, she's going to be hounding me. Me and Susie was going on calls at like 6 o'clock in the morning for like a week to get this bad boy put together with, like, she was doing the step-by-step instructions for Teresa. That's where we got to with it. I suppose if the handles are comfy, they're fine. The handles don't bother me that they're the wrong way. I mean, it still sits in my hand and it still sits flat. Look, it's not like I've completely messed it. It's just that they're not complete. Yeah, it wasn't something I was realizing that I needed to be aware of. I did work it out once it was made, but by then it was like, there's no way I'm taking these handles off and putting them back on again. So yeah, so it is what it is. Right, so yeah, that's my little make. So that is another little project that I completed. Another thing checked off my list of things. Right, where are we at now? What have we got? Birthday stuff. In fact, let's not. Let me check in with the chat because I can edit this bit out, can't I? Quiet Mind Stinger. Link for bag pattern. The bag pattern. The bag pattern. Which bag pattern was it? I will put the link to the bag pattern into the video once I edit it down. If you want to go and, yeah. You don't have to watch the video. Like, literally, once you've watched this live, if you give it a few days, don't expect me to do it like tonight because it's not happening. But give me a couple of days, and once I've edited down this live and it'll edit out all the livey sections, I'll put the links in the description box for all the things that we've spoken about. So, Mary, can you make me a list of the things that I need to do the links for and send it over? Because I'm going to forget. Zoe says, I love that bag. I've only just made my first Notion pouch, so a whole bag. I'm going to need more practice. Do you know what? I'm so grateful for Susie, because whereas like looking at those patterns, I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. And I'm like, I'm reading it and it's like it doesn't compute. But then actually when she explained it in layman's terms, I was like, oh, that was super easy. So having that person on point, it wasn't necessarily that I needed her to explain exactly step by step. Most of the time it was just a case of I was overthinking it, and that actually I did have it right. I had the right idea. I was just maybe not 100% correct with the way of doing, like the execution of how you do it, I think was the biggest thing. Honey, what are you doing? Don't think I can't see you. Oh, I love having this camera. Did you see her? She was like, yeah, I'm just going to go for a wander across the worktop. I don't know what she's doing. Well, I know what it is. The window's open. The window's open so she can smell things. Good afternoon, everyone. So, Feed the Beast Fiberworks. Well, I like that. That's a good name. Welcome to the stream. Helen Williams, this one, very impressive bag. Well, I'm sure there are some, warts and all on it, but unless you was to get right up close and personal, I don't think you can really tell, apart from the handles, obviously. The handles are a thing. So he's like, puppy? Yeah, she's not a puppy. She's 4 years old. She should know better. Hey, Susie's in the chat. Hey, Susie. The handles are good. Don't worry about it. We'll log on again when I'm home, getting off the train. We can do a small stitch together. Susie is on her way home. Susie, I am so pleased that you're on your way home. You must be absolutely exhausted. And don't worry about logging in, sweetie. Get home, have a cup of tea, chill out, go see hubby. We can do a small one together. Yay. So there we go. You know what the next project's going to be in amongst all of the other projects now. Right. We're not getting very far. Where are we at? It's 8 o'clock and I'm going to just finish the whips. This is like a true video. If you knew how long it takes me to do my videos, then yeah. Right. Where should we start? Where should we go now? What do we want to do now, people? Helen's like, honey looks suspicious. She is. She is. She thinks that I don't see these things. Well, I can when I've got the camera on. I can see exactly what she's doing. So should we do the gifts and birthday stuff next? What do we reckon, people? I think we might have to go there and do the gifts and the birthday stuff. Okay, right. So, obviously, birthday gifts. I did purchase some myself. Susie, whilst was, I don't know what one she was at. She was at another one of those Stitchy things. And I was really gutted because I really would have liked to have gone, but I couldn't because it was miles away. I think it was the one that was in Birmingham. Can't remember what one it was, but it was one of the ones in Birmingham. But there was loads of people on, not on Flosstube, but on YouTube that were sort of there, and they were recording sort of like the Birmingham sewing thing. And Susie was there, but Susie was there working anyway. And it just so happened that I saw someone that was going around to each of the stalls, and they were sort of showing what was there in case you know, in case you couldn't go like me. But because Susie was there, I was like, Susie, you've got to go to this stall for me and pick this up because I need it in my life. And she's like, what is it? And I'm like, it's a chicken. It's called Miss Amelia Cluck. Would you look at this bad boy? Miss Amelia Cluck. Now, what I like about this, I mean, I'll be honest, I'm slightly intimidated by the pattern. I'm going to speak to Susie about it. I think we might, it may have to be one of those things that we do together, I think, is what we're going to have to do. So this is my Amelia Cluck, but it came as a kit. So it's by a company called Country Folk by Brenda Walker. But what I like about it is it's actually a pocket in there, and then like you pop your scissors and stuff in it. So I've got this little pack. I've got all of the beads. I've got my backing fabric. I'm just going to pull it out so that it's not like blinding you and glaring. So I've got the buttons. We've got all of the bits of fabric that I need to get it done. But what I do like about it is on the pattern, this section here, if I can stop it from glaring, there we go. This section here is actually embroidery. So you hand embroider this section, and then you piece that bit into your clucky. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing this one. And of course, I'm not sure whether Susie got one as well, or whether she just was just like, you know, I'll help you do yours. But yeah, when I first opened it, I was like, maybe that's small enough that it's something I can do myself. And I was like, actually, maybe not. So, another project to be done. Then for the birthday gifts, obviously my handy dandy table. Now that I've took some stuff off of it, I can show you the table. Although, chat's already seen this table. So let me whiz out the way. So this is my table. And it's one of those tables that, she says, it's even got little pull-outs. Where's my little pull-outs? Check this out. So it's even got little pull-outs and a shelf at the bottom to put things on. But when it folds down, it is literally that big, which is, well, probably about as wide as me. And I'm not that wide for anyone that knows me. So it's about that big. I fold both sides down and it goes away into the side so that it's all out of the way. It's not like I've got a huge table. But what I like about it is not only, I mean, at the moment, I've only got one side up. But once you get the other side up, I mean, I don't think there's very many projects that won't fit on that table if I've got it out open. So I'm like, yay, yay. So I bought that one for myself. It's even got marking. I wouldn't use the markings on the top. I don't think they're that accurate. I think I would still need to use a self-healing mat, one like this. I don't think I would trust the markings on there, but I also got, I know, things, I'm so easily pleased, people. I also got this ironing mat. It's one of those thick wool ones. And I was just like, what a great idea. So, I mean, I did have, like, you know, the, when I was doing all my cross stitch finishing, this is what I was using, which is basically this I used as like my ironing board. So it folds out like that. And I was using that to iron things, but it always, although a lot of the stuff that I was doing was smalls, things like my cricket, or what are they called? Cricket season ones, like the autumn, spring, summer. They didn't fit on here, so I always ended up with a slight denting. And then I'd have to take it to the actual main area. And then I had to pull out a different iron because I wouldn't use the iron I use on my clothes on my stitching. But this is one of those ones where it's got its own little self-healing mat. It's got this sort of suede-y, and then it's got, I don't know, something like sandpaper. I don't like that, and I don't like the noise of it. So that's great for tiny, tiny little smalls. This is better. This is better, much thicker. It's got like these orange pads on it, which basically stops it slipping and sliding around. So yeah, so I got that for my birthday. I was very happy about that one. Told you I was easily pleased, didn't I? What else did we get? My mum, love her. My mum had already got me my Scan and Cut brother, which I have to say is an absolute game changer for me. And she also bought me this lovely bag. You gotta love a flowery bag, right? Which is perfect. Perfect for going to retreats, perfect to going shopping. Just perfect. So I got myself a little bag off my mum. And then because I've been doing quite a lot more on the embroidery side, and for those that were at the retreats, you know I made some t-shirts for the Essex Needle Girls, and I've also done a couple of embroidery bits. The one thing that I kept saying was a complete pain was trying to get clothing hooped and then into the embroidery machine to make it do all the fancy stuff. It was a little tricky. So for my birthday, I did ask for some magnetic hoop, which I've now got. So I've got the mighty hoops. My God, people, you take your life in your own hands with these things. Hold up. So I've got these, and these are like super duper super magnetized thingies, to the point that it does say do not put your fingers in between it, but as example, so just to get them apart, of which Teresa can't get them. Oh, there we go. Oh. Right, and then if I'm going to try and do this without getting my fingers snapped. These are like dangerous. They should come with like a real serious warning, but you'll see. Do you see what I mean? The first time I did it, I did actually get my finger stuck in them. Oh my God, that really hurt. But yeah, they are a game changer. So I've got this one, and I've got an 8x8 square one. So love these. But what I like about them is they go with this little gadget. She says, if I can bring it over. Oh dear. This is my next gadget. And I know what you're thinking, like, what the hell, Teresa? What is that you're... So this makes it so that I can center everything. And these... Let me show you. No, wrong way around. These go in here, like that. So that the bottom section is in without all of the whole hoopy thing. So you put the bottom section into this, put your stabilizer on, pull over your jumper or your hoodie or your t-shirt or anything that's round like a bag, and then you just snap this one on the top and everything stays perfect. It's not overly stretched. Needless to say, at the moment I just want to do t-shirts and hoodies. But I love this because this is going to be handy for everything. And once you've got it stood on something, it's just like literally what was taking me probably about 15 minutes-ish to sort of hoop up a t-shirt with the stabilizer or with a hoodie with the stabilizer and get everything straight and then get it onto the embroidery machine. With this, I can get it done in like, well, under 4 minutes. That's how much better it is. So yeah, so they're the purchases that were like purchases that I bought. as well as I decided that I wanted some felt. Now I did try, you know, the felt, the craft felt that you get that we use for some of our finishing, but the one thing apparently is that it's not a very thick or stable felt. So someone said I needed to get wool mix felt. So this is a 30% wool and a 70% viscous. But look at those colours. I love. So I was thinking that I might make some panels with some embroidery on the embroidery machine. And it's great for my finishing. So you know, like when we're finishing the back of like my Christmas ornaments. As example, these were out on the table waiting to be finished because I was sitting there thinking, do you know what? I had these done last year. Well, last Christmas. They were the stitching was done. And then I just got really lazy. So I'd done the stitching of this. But of course, I hadn't put a back on it. So I'm like, this stuff is like perfect. Perfect for finishing. Love. So I've got this pink and purples one. And then this one, which is sort of more like your winter and your blues and your... There is like a... What colour is that? I don't know what that colour that is. Can't work out whether that's a light blue or like a grey colour. But yeah. So I'm like, I'm walled up. And then, because I'd said to Susie about, you know, what sort of wool do I need to get for embroidery stuff, and also that will also be useful for my finishing, for when I'm like finishing my Christmas, and I can't remember what this one is. I think I've started, yeah, see, I've got projects that have been started and then I've done nothing with them. I mean, I found this one. I mean, I vaguely remember sharing it with you when I think I started it when I was at a retreat, but I can't remember which one. This one is another one of the Mill Hills. My plan was to have it done for spring. I think we can officially say that it's going to have to be next spring, but it's this one. It's the spring bouquet. But again, I've started it and that's as much as I got done. But I'm in no rush for these. But these, like, you know when you pull the fix out and I'm like, I completely forgot I had it. Completely forgot. So, stuff to do there. And then obviously the wool works perfectly for those types of projects as well as for the embroidery machine. So I'm looking forward to having a little play on the embroidery machine for this. Do you sew or glue the felt onto the back? So, it's funny you should say that. So when we was at the Essex Needles retreat, yes, Essex Needles retreat, it took a moment for the brain to kick in. When we was there, there was a lovely lady from Haystack Stitching, so Caroline Selden, and she was explaining that when they do some of their smalls, they put, well, I don't know whether she puts glue on it, but I was sitting there thinking I could put a little bit of glue on the back, glue it to the back, but very, very lightly. But what they do is they whip stitch around the outside. Never even thought of it. And the one thing that's always been a bit of a, not a bugbear, but it's one of those things that I'm like, The one thing that I'm not overly keen on with these is when you stick something on there, if you don't get this perfectly aligned with the backing, you can see it. Well, I do. But what she was saying is they actually whip stitch through that last hole. Let me see if I can get this up and close and personal for you. They whip stitch through this last hole and over the back and go through all the holes so that it gives it like a real nice finish edge. Never even thought about doing that. So I'm going to try. I'll try it. I mean, I don't know how it's even going to come out. So I can be the guinea pig, people. I'll guinea pig it for you and let you know how it goes. I'm thinking that that would be a great idea. You could do these on the train when going to work. You're totally right, Emma. It's like a perfect little and I mean, sitting there whip stitching, I mean, I should be able to do that, right, on a train easily. So I got that felt because I've mentioned felt to Susie. Would you look at this? So I'm assuming Susie didn't need the felt. She wasn't going to use the felt. I've got more felt. I'm going to have so much felt, I'm not going to know what to do with it all. But I mean, man, if I can do all the finishing now, as well as anything else, as well as the embroidery. But then, I mean, they're nice big size panels. And I mean, look at these colours. I mean, of course, these are like, these are my pastels and my summer colours. But I was thinking, like, for that little chick, either a blue or like a nice yellow, like a little chick should be. So I've got lots and lots there. But that's not all. Because then, you know when you can never have enough tins in your life, right? Well, I'm sort of there with the tins. Susie gave me this tin. How cool is this little tin? I love this tin. It says so delicious on it, as in so S-E-W. And it's got little scissors on it. It's so gorgeous. And then the top, that's the top. It's lovely. But inside this tin, she says, is a whole load of felt. It is full. Full of felt. Look at that. How much felt does a girl need? And again, these are all the wool. Look, they've even got the packets round them. Corinne, someone or another. Wool mix, felt bundle, vintage. Let me see if I can get the camera. So the camera doesn't like it when my face is in the way. So we've got this one. I think, yeah, that one's the same. What else have we got? Yeah, we've got some greens. We've got some peachy colours. Oh, we've got some nice greens and olives. I'm loving it. If I say I don't have any wool or felt, just remind me. Go to your tin, Teresa, because you've got more. In fact, there's so much in this tin that it doesn't all fit. Because I was like, great, I've got a tin. I've got a place for all of the felt. But it doesn't all fit. Because it's already full. Look, it's full to the top. Which means I've come to the conclusion there's a new way of looking at it. If the products don't fit in the space that they're designed for, then you need to use more of it. That's where I'm at. Teresa, you're going to have felt coming out of your ears. You're not wrong. It's like I'm going to be felted up, literally. I'm going to turn into one of them fuzzy felts myself. Do you remember those fuzzy felts? Do you remember when I was a kid, we used to have these toys. They were called fuzzy felts. I'm sure they were called fuzzy felts. And it was basically like a fuzzy, like, sticky background. And you used to stick the fuzzy felt sort of shapes on and make your own patterns, like almost like your own picture out of it. Do you remember those? Do you remember those, or is it just me? It might just be me. It might just be me. Right, what else to show you? So this is a big purchase for myself, but the purchase actually was a gift inadvertently from all of my friends at the Essex Needles retreat. So unbeknownst to me, at the March retreat earlier on in the year, while Susie was there, she'd mentioned to everyone that I had a big birthday coming up. Did they want to sort of like chip in because they were going to get me a gift between them all? That's enough felt to last a very long time. I know. Do they want to give me a gift at all, or put into like a kitty so that they could get me something? Well, they all put into the kitty, and I have to say I was totally blown away. So that all went to really, really good use. And I got myself this. Now, for those of you that are not into the quilting type thing, then you probably have no idea what this is. But this is the Blackbird Design Wild Orchid. It's the Raven quilt. I absolutely loved it. I ordered it on the pre-order because apparently this was out for it was out back in the day, and then I think they stopped producing it, and then I think there was such a big call for it that they decided that they were going to do it again, but everyone had to sort of wait for the release. Well, I can't wait to do this. So here's the book. So it's called The Raven by the Blackbird. It's got a plique in it, so it's perfect. It's just the sort of thing that I said that I wanted to have a little stab at. In fact, let me do it on the overhead camera for you. So yeah, here it is. I love it. I absolutely love it. I mean, and the book is really big. There's a whole lot of stuff in the book. And then it's in blocks. And then in the box, I don't know whether the camera's going to let me pick this up. Hold on. It might put... Oh, no, it's not distorted it. So this is the materials pack. Would you look at these colours? I'm not going to take it out the bag. In fact, I can't do it on this because it keeps going out of focus. So let me hold it up to the camera. But this is the colours of the fabrics. There we go. Absolutely love. Love, 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 love. You know when you're like, oh! So I cannot wait. And what I like about this is each block. So that it's like, it gives you like, the book is sort of for each block. I'm going to try and show you a block without showing you the pattern bit. So like, as example, once upon a midnight Drury. Would you look at that? I absolutely love. And then on the next page, it gives you all the instructions. It says like block 1, it gives you all your cutting instructions. It tells you what to use, how to do it. I'm coming after a while. Cross stitch. That's stunning. I love this quilt. As soon as you said Raven, I'd know I'd love it. It's definitely on my wish list. I am like, I just can't wait to start it. I'm a little intimidated by it, I'll be honest. I'm like, Susie, I think this might be one of those things that we do a morning sew along. I mean, I think once I start getting my head around how it works, I think I'll be good at it. Teresa, have you gone to the Pumpkin Hollow Quilts? She does quilting. No, I haven't. Oh. On to Pumpkin Hollow Quilts. She does quilting. Oh, sorry, darling. I just realised you meant me. You meant me. I am going down a quilting rabbit hole here. Look. Talking of pumpkins, and as if by magic, a pumpkin will appear. But absolutely love. I cannot wait. Susie, it's definitely one that we need to hurry up and get a wiggle on with. Because I'm getting itchy feet to get into that fabric and make a start. I think once I get going on it, I'll be fine. It's just the initial, I need to work out how to do it first. I bet your new brother Scan and Cut will help. Do you know what? That was one of the things, because I can scan. In the book, it gives you like the outline that you would normally trace onto some tracing paper, and then that's how you cut your pieces out. I don't need to do that because that's what that does. Literally, I put the page on the scanning page. It will scan it, and then I can put fabric onto a cutting mat, and it will cut it out for me. So all that cutting won't be done by me. It will be done by brother. Brother will do it. But love. I'm so happy. Do you know what? I tried to. You can't even tell people when you know that lots and lots of people have chipped in, and that's actually what's allowed for me to go and purchase this. It was like I really needed to sort of drive the message home, but it was so unexpected. But I was so happy, so happy to have got that. So yay, that was fabulous. Right, okay. Where are we at, people? Where are we at? This is like, it's half past. Do you know what? I've got to have a drink. I'm feeling quite parched here. How are we all doing? Are we all with me? Are you all stitching? Are we all stitching? What are we doing? Yasmin, I've come after a while back to cross stitching, and I've fallen down another rabbit hole that craft is all these gadgets for. I know. I can't help myself either. Teresa's gone down. Yeah, you're right. I have. Right. Now that we've replenished here, is everybody still there? The chat's gone very quiet. I want to make sure everyone's still okay. Or is it just my chat? Oh no, you're all moving. I'm working on my West Knits shawl. Oh, nice. Are you crocheting or are you knitting? Rosa, stitching in a tiny town. I've washed and dried my hair whilst being on. So now to do some stitching. Yay, Zoe. Morty's working on her bottles. Mary's like, love the raven quilt. Love. Oh, she's doing quilting. The Violet, is that the Violet Stitcher? I'm actually FFOing something. I'm just listening and stitching Night Walk Down the Blue Flower. Lovely. Stitching Gather Here signed by Tiny Modernist for Thanksgiving. Oh God, yeah, Thanksgiving's just round the corner for you guys. I was stitching but now feel like a Sunday afternoon snooze would be the thing. I'll confess, people, I might have had an afternoon siesta with the girls, of course. Me and the girls, we went and had a little snoozy. But I was up until 2 o'clock last night, so early hours this morning, and then I was back up again by 7. So yeah, by about 3:30, 4 o'clock, it was like, yeah, we need a nap. I'm here working on my Chatelaine water garden. Hey, Sally. I'm starting a new Haid at the ENR Christmas house. Now at 0.36%. Do you know what? That's better than 0%, right? Better than 0%. Right, okay. Next up. You're like, are you done yet, Teresa? Are you done? We're not done yet. We need to get through all of the lovely gifts and racks and gifts that I got from the ENR. So me and Elaine got some lovely cards. Now, these aren't cards for my birthday. These are just cards from some of the lovely people at the retreat, that just to say thank you. Thank you for organising the retreat and making it wonderful. Of course, she does call me a big enabler. So, and this one is from Anne-Marie. So Anne-Marie, thank you. Thank you very much for my lovely card. Of course, there had to be this type of card, just in case I didn't know how old I was, right? You know, I mean, I suppose I should count my lucky stars that I just had to have this on the table in front of me rather than, I don't know, a badge. So, Sue, thank you for reminding me how old I am these days. So yeah, we got that. Then obviously we got into the whole, you know, I hadn't seen anyone for my birthday and they wanted to give me some gifts. So we had gifts. So let me see if I can get this in the right order, because I need to make sure I get this right. This one is not hard to get right. My lovely friend, Mary Perkins. Now you tell me whether you think, or what you think of this. Would you look at this? This is a biscornu that the lovely Mary Perkins handmade me for my birthday. Would you look at it? How gorgeous is this? In fact, I'm going to take it off this because it's not doing it justice, because the minute it moves beyond a certain point, it blows the camera out. But if I do it on this one, here we go. I know. How cool is that? The amount of work that has gone into this little beauty. Look at this. It's beautiful. And you know what? All of the gifts in the world, and you get one that is, and I think you only get this from, if you're aware of how much time something like this takes to then receive one. I think we're the only people that are actually really truly grateful for anything that comes our way, because anybody else would go like, oh yeah, it's nice, but they don't have any idea what goes into it. Zoe's like, I got your email at 1 a.m. this morning. Yeah, welcome to what I was doing half the night. But yeah, I absolutely love that. Miss Mary Perkins, of course, Miss Mary Perkins is in the chat. You don't know how privileged I feel to have that made from you, because yeah, blown away with that. It's taking pride of place in my stitching room, and I know that it's supposed to be a pincushion, but there's no way I'm going to use it as a pincushion. How many people do this? You have like these beautiful pincushions and then don't actually use them as a pincushion. It's not just me, right? That is a thing. That is a thing that it's not being used. It's just an ornament for me. I'm like, I just have to look at it. So yeah. So we have a pincushion from Mary. Thank you, Mary. What else did we get? So the lovely Jan. So Jan loves Hands Across the Sea samplers. She was one of the ones that gifted me one of the Hands Across the Sea sampler bags, which is what houses my, what is it that I've got in there? My Afghan. Where my Afghan is actually not going to a retreat and in a retreat bag, it's in a Hands Across the Sea sampler bag because it's lovely and big. But she picked up this. Look at this spool. Now, something apparently special about this, and that is that it is a true original, and the only way you can tell that it's an actual working spool is it's got a metal edge on it. So it's got metal here and it's got metal up here. How gorgeous is that? And you know, like, I was sitting there thinking, do you know what, normally you have to be a bit mindful of like, well, what project is wide enough that it will fit on the spool? I can go with something actually really quite big and put it on here and have it sort of raveled round and sort of draping off. I love it. Or I could just use it just to look at because I love that. But look at that. How cool. How cool is that? And to know that that's actually spent its life being a workhorse. Love. Jan, thank you so, so much, my lovely. Thank you. Thank you. And also, of course, rude not to. Got to have some champagne truffles, right? So we've got our champagne truffles. I haven't even opened them because I'm like, I can't open them until I've shared them on Flosstube. So I need to share them and then eat them all. Then the lovely Elaine, Ellie Welly Stitcher, my co-organizer of the ENR retreat. Now, she has bees now. Well, her and Baz, her partner, they have bees. And she came to the retreat and with some honey from her bees. Now, I have to confess, I love honey. So for me, I was like, oh, it's gorgeous. But my daughter, Lauren, she cannot stand honey normally. She will not put honey in a yogurt. She won't put it on her fruit. Well, the other day that we was doing something and I was like, can you just get me the honey? So, and she, I don't know if she accidentally got it on her finger or her finger dipped into it. And she was like, oh, so she stuck it in her mouth and she was like, oh, she went, Mum, that tastes so nice. She said, that doesn't taste like normal honey. And I went, no, I know. I said, because that's homemade honey. So, Elaine, you may have converted my kid. Be careful. You might be shipping tons and tons of honey my way. Or at least at the retreat, I'll be like, can we have 7 jars, please, to get us through the year? So I got some gorgeous honey off of her, which was absolutely lovely. She gave me this lovely little notebook. So I have a notebook for all of my sewing. This is my happy place. Look, so pretty. Can never have too many books in your life, right? She also got me this. I'm going to put on the overhead because it's flat. She also got me this lovely little keyring, which says, may your bobbin always be full, of which I've got my fingers all over it, look. But how cool is that? Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you very much. And then she got me some gorgeous fabrics. So I'm going to lay my fabrics out down here. Because now that I'm doing all the things, you know, you can never have too many fabrics. I'm going to run out of space very quickly. Handmade gifts are the best. I know. I'm like, yeah, I'm blown away. So let me share with you. So look, of course we've got bees. It's rude not to, right? So we've got bees. We've got this one, which is really lovely. What I like about this is this, I can work with these for like Christmas items because it's like got Christmassy scenes on it as well. We've got this one. Love that one. It's like a mandala type fabric. And then we've got a very powerful coloured one. Nothing wrong with a little bit of power in your life. So yeah. Thank you ever so much, Elaine. I'll add that to my stash. My little enabler. But honestly, it's just, there's a whole rabbit hole thing going on, people. Now I just need to have the time to actually do everything because I just feel like I've not done anything. If I've not been going to retreats, I've been organising retreats. If I've not been organising retreats, then I've been organising for the next coming retreats, which was what I was doing this weekend. So yeah, basically I've done 0 stitching this weekend, and I didn't really do much for the last 2 weekends because one retreat we was organising and the other retreat we went to, but of course it's a retreat. I don't do much stitching at retreats, but I was recording and videoing and doing all the things. So I won't complain because I'm still actively doing stuff. What else have we got? So then the next gifts we got. So there was a lovely lady, Anne-Marie, at the retreat, who also did me some gifts. Let me share with you. Would you look at these? So she made me some socks with, of course, West Green Loft Yarns wool. How beautiful are they? Look at those. I've been gagging to put these on, I'll be honest with you. I've been absolutely gagging to put them on. And I'm like, well, I can't put them on until I've shared them on Flosstube. So I've been waiting to be able to do a video of some description, whether it like this, the live, or whether it be a video, but I've been waiting to get this so that I can actually put them on, because they're too gorgeous and they look far too cozy. Far too cozy. So Anne-Marie, thank you so much for my socks. And she also made me this project bag, which of course, when I first looked at this, I was like, oh yeah, that's very me. That is very me. It's got high heels, butterflies, it's pink, but then, oh, how cute is that? It's got a little cavalier. Let me do it on the other one, because it's sort of, you can't tell until, so like literally when I first saw it, I was like, oh, that's so pretty. That's so pretty and pink, and then I turned it around and I was like, it's like a panel cavalier bag. How lovely is that? So yeah, I've got truly spoiled people, truly spoiled. And then on the inside they've got some bright sunflowers. So love that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I know it looks like bonbons, but slightly different colours, with the big eyes. What else have we got to share? Whilst I was at the Essex Needles retreat, obviously because I've been sharing with everyone on Flosstube that I've been going down this rabbit hole with the embroidery and stuff. Now, I'm not sure who it was. I'm trying to remember what her name was. I'm going to say her name's Philippa, but I don't think her name is Philippa. But she came up to me at the Essex Needles retreat and she was like, Teresa, I've got something for you. So she gave me like this PDP bag and I'm like, okay, what's that? She gave me some interfacing and also some like soft touch for lot on the inside if it's something that's against your skin, some soft touch stuff. But she was explaining to me that I don't know if it's her business or a business that she runs with her family members, and they do, I think it's like an embroidery business, and she was giving me some tips. So thank you so much. Thank you. And for the life of me, you know when it's like it's like been a whole whirlwind of stuff that's happened and I can't remember for the life of me what her name is. Yeah, it's gone, but I'm truly grateful. I do need to touch base with her again to pick her brains on some of the stuff, because yeah, I'm still in my learning phase. I'm learning these things. What else have I got? So we've also got the lovely Lauren Cross Stitch Bunny was at the ENR retreat as a vendor, as a pop-up shop. And anyone that knows anything about me doing the retreat, you'll know that I'm like the spreadsheet girl. I'm forever working on an Excel spreadsheet of some description, and it doesn't matter whether I'm at work or whether I'm organising retreats, I'm always working on Excel. And she gifted me this lovely needle minder, which is really quite apt considering that it was to do with Excel spreadsheets. So that did make me chuckle. Really did. And what I like about it, she puts like little sparkly backs. There we go. Sparkly backs on her needle minders. So thank you, Lauren, for my little gift there. And then also while I was there, the lovely Sandy. So Sandy has been coming to the Essex Needles retreats for, well, ever since the first one, I think. She gave me a little card, which basically, again, is just a happy birthday, but two, to just sort of say thank you for arranging the retreats, and that how much she gets out of it, which is really our pleasure. That's what it's about. It's, you know, it is about the people. But look, she made me. How beautiful is that? Look at that fabric. How can you not? And I like the fact, because it's not like a giant bag. This is like a perfect, this is a perfect on the train bag. But then that wasn't enough. Got a little mini version too. I love it. Would you look? Sandy, you are an angel. Thank you so much for my beautiful bags and my beautiful gifts. And for the first time ever, here's something new that I've not had before. It's something called Stitcher's Lotion. It's a non-grease hydrating cream with aloe vera, and it's unscented. I have never used a Stitcher's cream before, and I've never put cream on when I'm about to do stitching. But I have to say, at first I was like, okay. But when I was at the stitching retreat, and I had a little, you know, we had a little, what we're doing now, we put a little bit on, give it a little test, and I have to say, it is greaseless. It's like water. Once it dries, it's like you don't feel the residue, but my hands do feel hydrated. You watch, I'm gonna have hands of a 15-year-old in about 10 years. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. I love. So we got that as well. So thank you so much. And then whilst we was there was a lovely girl called Dobby. And Dobby, I didn't realise, she asked me if I would, you know, like when you go to the retreats and it's a bit like a, not a round robin, or is it a round robin? It actually might be a bit more of a round robin. But basically, while she goes to the retreat, she asks people to stitch like this tiny little heart, and it's to fill it up. So I said, yeah, sure, I'll do it. Might as well stitch on somebody else's project because I'm not managing to get any done on mine. So I was like, okay. But then she was like, oh, I've got this selection of threads. So it was like threads everywhere, and I was like, oh, I like that one. Look at this. What is not to like about that? Look at it. But then I was thinking it was just a thread that she'd purchased. She hand-dyed it herself. So she hand-dyed it herself. I then stitched using this colour on her lovely project. And then, lover, she gave me the thread for me to keep. I'm like... And it's so me. It's so me, so my colours. I love it. Who done stitching with the kids? I did one of them hearts a few weeks ago. Charlotte, did you do some of Dobby's stitching too? Because I was just like, oh wow. But yeah, I love this. I now need to find a project for this to go with. Oh, hang on. That was Jess's project. I stand corrected. Zoe, was it Jess? Was it Jess that did these? Zoe's putting me straight here. I thought it was Dobby. We'll wait for her to say. I think so. Okay, so it might have been Jess. Jess, I am sorry if I got your name wrong. I don't even know the name of, you know, my own people half the time, but the fact that I've got your name wrong doesn't surprise me in the slightest, so please don't be offended by that. But yeah, I love this. I love this. I now need to find a project that I can stitch on, which is small enough that I can just use this. Then yes, it was definitely Jess then. She had starts as well on the project. Yes. Love. So it's Jess, not Dobby. Stand corrected. What would I do without my chat? What else did I get? Also, Elaine Lover had finished stitching on this one, and when I saw her stitching on it, I was just like, ooh, I rather like that one. And she did say to me, when I finish with it, I will pass the stash. So she did, and it is the Threadworks Night Garden. No, it's not. It's Tiny Modernist. It uses the Threadwork Night Garden palette, and it's Twilight Moon X Stitch Rainbow. This one. But after I saw Elaine's one stitched up, I was like, oh, well, we might have to fall down that rabbit hole. So we did. We fell down the rabbit hole. So thank you, Elaine. I now need to just get the threads and get a wiggle on with the stitching. So that was pretty much, I think, she says, I think that was all that I had for gifts. Dun, 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 dun. Let me check. Oh no, the clog. Annette came to our retreat, and she's Dutch, I believe. And she gifted, look at this little clog. Would you look at that? Look how cute is that design on there of the little windmill. She says if I can get it to, there we go. How cute is that? Thank you so much, Annette. That is lovely. A lovely little gift. So I got a little clog. See what I mean? And this little table is just not going to be able to cope with the stuff that's going from this table to that table. Never. Not in a million years. What else? What else to show you? At the Essex Needles retreat, I did, would you believe it? I did take footage. Not a lot, but I did take footage. And I did a little sort of a video of me with a guest that came a long way to come to one of our retreats. And would you believe it? I'd got my new iPhone. And for those of you that have watched my video that went up earlier, the new iPhone, when I first used it, I had to put a new password in it. And then by the time I'd got in the car, I couldn't remember the password. It locked me out. It ended up locking me out for over 2 hours because I kept getting the password wrong. I had to do a phone reset, and when I reset it, I lost everything. Nothing had backed up. So everything that I'd done, all of the videos, all of the photos, all of the messages, I've messaged Darren and we'd agreed things, and none of it. All gone. All gone. It was an absolute nightmare. So, Chris, I did do a little video clip that was going to go into a video of me with Sheila from Sunshine Stitches over on Flosstube. And love her, she came all the way from the USA. She gave us this lovely Sunshine Stitches floss drop. I mean, that is just Sunshine Stitches, right? And then on the back, you've got your project design. Enjoying the stitchy fun. But she was an absolute blast. So there was Sheila, who came all the way from the USA, and Trisha, who is, she says, I think Trisha is from Canada, and I think her channel name is I Just Want to Stitch. So she's also on Flosstube, but she came from Canada. They both met over, like they know each other. Apparently they do little stitchy catch-ups on a weekly basis. Love them. But they came all the way over to see us and come to good old cold UK. And seeing as she was coming over, she offered to, you know, was there anything that we wanted brought over? And love her, I'd said to Sheila, at first I didn't think I wanted anything, and then I saw these. And I'm like, do you think you could pick me up the Summer Trio by Brenda Gervais? Because obviously they're really hard to get hold of over here in the UK. And also this one, which is the Spring Trio for Brenda Gervais. So I was like, yeah, with Thy Needle and Thread, it's hard to get hold of. So I was like, do you think you could get hold of them for me? I was going to pay her when she came over with them. So I was like, well, let me know how much I owe you. And she's like, no. And I was just like, you don't need to gift them to me. You know, you've gone out of your way to source them and get them to me. So I was just like, oh, that's just lovely. So yeah, Sheila, thank you so much. I'm so sorry that I can't put our little video up because it is no longer. Which means you're just going to have to come back and come revisit us. But like you said, I mean, I was listening to Sunshine Stitches on Flosstube. I think it was today or yesterday. I was listening to it, and she was saying something about she thought it was quite cold. We actually thought it was. I mean, it was cold at times, but most of the time it was a little on the warm side, at least in the stitching room. But she came all this way and only come and done stitching in the room and stitching at Stansted, and then went straight back to the airport again. So I was just like, that's a long way to come just to come and do some stitching. But I'd do it. I'd do it too if I had a chance. But yeah, it was lovely to see her. It was lovely to see Trisha from Canada. Me and Elaine are throwing around ideas of possibly seeing if we can get out to the USA and go to one of the US stitching retreats. Of course, we'd bolt it into a little bit of a holiday as well. So yeah, we've not ironed out all the details of where or what, but we're definitely going to have to do something. What else? So also at the Essex Needles retreat, so we done a raffle, and I won this at the raffle. Let me share with you. You can tell I won it on the raffle because it's still got its raffle ticket attached to it, and it is the Plum Street Sampler Harvest Keeper. There we go. Look at that. I love that. You know, when it's just like, sometimes when you win raffles, it's like, well, you know, it's lovely, but it's not something I would stitch on, or it's not my cup of tea. This, I think, is. And the fact that it's got these little, I don't know if they look like beehives. They're like little beehives, and then obviously the flowers. Beehives and flowers. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So I won that. And then we had another raffle table. I love that one. Never seen it before, and now I want it. I know. I'm like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, yep, I don't mind that one. And the fact that it had a number, and you look whatever the number was, that's what you was given. You didn't get like a choice. I was like, oh, results. We also done a raffle for, I think it was the Essex Air Ambulance, and we done really, really well at that. Elaine won a ticket, and of course her ticket was what I wanted, so I was like, I can't believe you won that. And she was like, Teresa, I'm giving it to you. So of course it makes total sense that she would give it to me. It is the Tiny Town Heart in Hand quilted Tiny Town, so it's really quite apt. I can't wait. I'm not sure whether I'll probably will make it into a drum, to be honest. I haven't made a drum. It's a perfect opportunity to have a go at one of these little drums, I think. So yeah, love. And of course, Elaine really should own this, but Elaine gave it to me. So I'm like, I won't say no to that. So there's another Tiny Town for me to crack on with. I'm running out of space over on this side of the table, people. Right, so then we're on to purchases. What's this? I'm coming to the UK for the first time ever for the Bella retreat in May. Excited to experience the stitching community abroad. You're going to love it. We're actually really quite friendly. We really are. We're not nasty, I promise. Right, so then at the Essex Needles retreat, we had some lovely, lovely vendors, people. We got treated seriously. So I'm just going to throw it all over here rather than, you see, look at, I love this. I've got space on my table now. That means I can do something other than just house all of this stuff, because this has all got to get put away yet. Okay, so my Fabric of the Month Club, West Green Loft Yarns, came in, and it is colorway Regents. It's a 25 count fat quarter. It's like, actually, let me put it down here. Let's put it down here against something so you can see the colors a bit better. There we go. How pale blue is that? That is just gorgeous. Absolutely love that one. Love. just in case anyone was counting the loves. I love that one. I can think of many a thing that will go perfectly on there. So we're going to stick that one there. Now, whilst we was at the ENR, of course, there was purchases being made left, right and centre. We had a couple of new vendors. I'm assuming that everyone's counting how many times I say the word love, because it says 9 question mark. So let's make that 10, shall we? So we had some lovely, lovely vendors this time at the ENR. We had Claire from Love Poppet. We had Rachel from Talking Dog Stitchery. We had Megan from Coffee Craft Fabrics. We had Caroline Selden from Haystack Stitching. I think that was it. And then obviously we had Cross Stitch Bunny. So yeah, there was loads. So of course there was loads there. So there was loads to purchase. So I might have gone a bit on a rampage. Just a little bit. So I'm going to share with you the rampage of all the things. It was like Teresa went a little bit crazy with the purchasing, but how cute are these? I got these off of Cross Stitch Bunny. I think she only had a pair or 2 pairs left, and I love them. I love the fact that they're perfect. I can get my little fingers in there, but they're quite big, so they're quite big for my fingers, but I have little fingers, and normally they're just too big. But how small are those? They are the cutest scissors ever, and they're like little snips. They're absolutely perfect. Love, 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 love. So I picked up those off of Lauren from Cross Stitch Bunny. So then Love Poppet. Love Poppet was dangerous, people. Look how dangerous it was. So we've got Life is Sweet cross stitch pattern. I saw this and I was like, I've got to snap that up. We got to snap it up. So I was like, we need some of that in our life. This one. How gorgeous. How gorgeous is that? I love Blackbird at Dawn. As soon as I saw that one was just like completely popping out at me. I was like, I have to have it. But the piece de resistance. The piece de resistance, people. How can you not? How can you not love this? I know, Charlotte, the crow is stunning. But this is, yeah. In fact, do you know what? I might treat myself to a little new sneaky start. Can't remember what it calls for. What is it calling for? It looks like it's all DMC. It is all DMC. What fabric type? Yeah, see, 28 count, 12 1/4 by 8 3/4. Or I could use a 32 count, but I think I might go with a 28 count. And I'm pretty sure that I've got, yeah, it's all DMC. It's all DMC. How gorgeous is that? And it's like the perfect time of year for a spot of that, right? So yeah, like I say, Love Poppet, lovepoppet.co.uk. Dangerous, absolutely dangerous to have at this retreat, but I love it. We also had Megan from Coffee Craft Fabrics there. And although she does fabric, she also does a small selection of charts. And thanks to the lovely Elaine and Sally and all the other people on Flosstube that appear to want to do these, this may have happened. I know. I was like, oh no, look, they're just too cute. So I've gone with some of the Animal Crackers series. So I've got Miss Hazel, because Elaine assures me that these are actually really easy to put together. Because at first I was like, well, I don't know. One, you've got to stitch it, but then you've got to make it, right? So I'm like, I'm not sure how I'm going to do the making of it. But she assures me that they are a lot easier to put together than they look. Of course, they're designed by Stacey Nash. So we have got Miss Hazel, we have also got, because that was just too cute, we got the little bobbin. I thought I'd get some of the smaller ones because I'm like, well, you know what I'm like. I'm not likely to do anything that's too big or if it takes too long because it may never get stitched. Charlotte's like, gosh, that would be 2 new starts at Halloween. I know. So I've gone with the smaller ones. So this one is the little bobbin and it's got like the little pin as well. But I love the fact that it's a little mouse with sort of the thread hanging out. So I've just got to sit him on a spool with the thread and it looks like it's got hold of the thread. I love that finishing idea. And then the last one that I decided to get was this one. I don't understand why they call it Goose. They call it Goose, but it's a giraffe with a hat on. Is it something I'm missing, do you think? I wasn't too sure at first. I'm like, Goose? Why is it called Goose? But I do absolutely love that. I just need to source a little pom-pom, I think, for that. Love, 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 love. Love. So we might have gone a bit crazy with that. But then, we also had, whilst we was there, Rachel from Talking Dog Stitcher. It's the first time that we've had her at the ENR. More danger, people. Forewarn you. Because it's a silly goose. Oh, right. Okay. I sort of understand now, I think. I have the Christmas sausage dog to do. We might have to have a little stitch along, people. Of which you'll stitch along and, yeah, I get left behind because it's the way. It's the way. So we have Rachel from Talking Dog Stitchery. She does the primitive hair. So, of course, I saw this and snapped it up. So this is the stockings were hung. And you also get the 3 patterns for the stockings. And, of course, I was like, I have to have some of that in my life. Have to have. Yeah, Zoe's just said Teresa made me do it again. I think we may have to have a Teresa made me do it again because I've truly enabled myself. Now, how can you not love this, right? So again, this is the primitive hair. This is called Christmas Carol Sock. Would you look at that? Love, 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 love. I just need to source the fabric, but that is going to be beautiful. And I can put the name across the top. The only thing is though, the name on this one is like really, really pale. I think I would definitely make that a little darker. But other than that, I don't think I'd change anything. The house looks a bit intimidating. I'm just wondering how big that house actually is. It might not be as bad as I think it is, but it looks pretty full, doesn't it? But we can have a go. We can have a go at that. But what I also got whilst I was there is the primitive hair do like a printed linen. And when I saw it, I couldn't help myself. Couldn't help myself. Now, this is a 30 count linen. I'm going to undo it for you so that you can see. And when I saw it, I was like, there are so many things that I could put on that. But would you look at this? In fact, it might be easier to do this on the screen. So it's got words on it. There we go. It's got words on it at the bottom. Like, is it words? But it looks like it's sort of got words on it. But love. Just think what I could put on that. So I got that one, which was the Ocean Silk. But I also got, prepare yourselves, this next one, which was really the reason. I think this is how I actually fell down the rabbit hole in the first place. So put that one over there. We have got, it's a, I'm not sure, I think this is a 40 count. Of course it's festive, you can tell it's got berries on it already. It's a 40 count and it's called Christmas Occult. When I saw this, I was like, I have to have it. I have to. And there is a chart, there's a design that is just like a Christmas saying that goes slap bang in the middle of it. Oh, let's go that way. There we go. Look at that. How can you not? How can you not? Love, 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 love. Love. And then the wording. So this basically is designed for a chart that basically just has words in the middle. And I can imagine that having that as a wall hanging or as a framed piece for Christmas, I think that would look lovely. Absolutely lovely. So of course it jumped in my basket, people. In fact, let me do this on the overhead, because this one you might be able, look how different that is. How can you not love this? Let's put it on the other side. Look at that crown. I can't wait to stitch on that. Charlotte's like, I nearly bought that one a few weeks ago. It is lovely. Love, 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 love. Love, love. So, of course, that was mostly the purchasing, apart from Caroline Selden from Haystack Stitching was also at the retreat. She done a workshop for us about like edge finishing and joining two pieces together. Great stuff, great stuff. But she also brought a shop. Here we go again, people. Here we go again. What can I say other than I couldn't help myself. I couldn't. It was just, yeah. And for those of you that know, my mum is rather a royalist. She was an understatement. My mum is very much a royalist. And this one is a traditional pin drum and scissor keep. And you can see that it's got all of the crowns like in a sampler effect. And I was like, I love that. Doesn't look too big. So I was like, that's doable. That is very doable. And she was showing me how easy it is to, or like, got all of the information in there for the finishing. I can't show you that. I didn't realise there's a bit of chart showing. She told me how to do the stuffing and how to do the finishing at the top so that you can still put your pins in. Absolutely love that. Absolutely love that. But then, because I got that, it was just rude not to. So I got this one. So this is Charles celebrating the coronation. So this one is more for the new king. It's got Tudor rose on it. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, my mum would love this. And I like the fact that it's done like as a flat cushion. Like a, well, it's not a flat cushion. It's like a puffy cushion, but it's a flat cushiony thing. So I was like, yeah, really, really love that. So that fell into my basket. And then I paid for it. And then this one happened. I know. This one was like, yeah, my mum loved the Queen Elizabeth. She absolutely loved it. So I was like, when I saw this one, I was like, my mum would love that. I love the little Chanel pom-poms around the edge. Yeah. Another thing that I can do that I could easily make. Well, at least that's what I'm convincing myself is the case as. So yeah, I did say that this was brutal, didn't I? The stuff this time round is brutal. Also, so you know when we was talking about the where are they? These little perforated paper Mill Hill kits. So whilst I was there, and the lovely Miss Mary Perkins was the one that steered me towards these. So the blame goes to Miss Mary Perkins. And Talking Dog Stitchery went and purchased some, I think they're called, let's have a look, what are they called? They're called Woodland Crafts, and they're perforated paper holders. So let me share with you. Here we go. Overhead. Here they are. How cute are these? And at first I was like, well, I can't imagine that they're really a dundit, like a a game changer type thing, but I've already started using the bigger one. So I've got two. I've got the small one and I've got the bigger one. So they come in different sizes. So here's my bigger one. This is the big one. And they've got magnets on. See? And then when you put them together, there must be a thing about me and snapping magnets at the minute. But you snap your fabric in between. And believe it or not, one layer of my Afghan material sits through that and allows for me to stitch on my Afghan. I know, it's crazy. I was like, it's never going to be able to cope with an Afghan because it's too thick. Apparently, I was wrong. But the plan of, or the whole point of it is they're for perforated paper. So as example, so if I've got this perforated paper, which yes, I can sit and do that, but it always gets stuck. I always get my threads caught on these edges around here. So if you're a little perforated paper person, you stick your perforated paper in like so, it says. And then you snap this bad boy on top. And now I can stitch that two-handed and it's all snapped in. How cool is that, right? I was like, how has no one thought about this before? Because this is just the bomb. We love this. I love this. This is the new, yeah. I could stitch all the things. And you know when you've got like all of the, what do you call them? You know the mill hills that are bigger, like the square ones that are, I think that's what this one's for. Rather than trying to hold like a massive, great big perforated paper, you put it in this. And I was like, and what I like about it is because I use a stand that has little clamps for the Q-snap, I can easily clip this in and it's held steady as well. So I absolutely love it. What a fabulous idea. What a fabulous idea. So like I say, Talking Dog Stitchery, she had them in, yeah, and they're called magnet frames or magnetic frames. Super, super great. Love. What else did I get while I was there? Finally, I had to pick up this little tin. It was an absolute must, I have to say. Where are we? Here we are. So the little tin I got from Megan at Coffee Craft, and it is a little Rendell's design tin, but let's do it overhead because there's too much glare. How can you not? How can you not? Would you look at that face? He is just too cute. And of course, inside the tin, we have more. It's just the cutest tin ever. I mean, yes, I've got to work out what I'm going to put in there because I don't really want to put anything over their little faces. But look, I love it. I love this little Rendell tin. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, yes, I have to have myself one of those. Have to have that. So that was all of my purchases that were made at the ENR. So, because when I've come home with that little lot, I was just like, Teresa, you don't need anything else in your life. You really don't. It's like you're done. You are done, lady. Except for, she says, we're rolling over something. Ooh. Except for the fact that I was then off to another retreat. Everything's falling off. See, this little table is just not big enough. So because of that, it was like, right, we're off again. We're going off onto another exciting trip. And yeah, Charlotte and all of the gang at the Chatelaine retreat may have caused more purchasing. So Charlotte, you are on the chat still, are you not? Are you still there? Yes, she is. She is still there. Charlotte, the lady that done all of the wood at the Chatelaine retreat, what was her name? We need to find out. We need to find out, chat. My baby sippy cup. Absolutely needed. I have not stopped yakking. Yep. Come on, Charlotte, you need to tell us. What was her name? The wood lady, the one that done all of the wood. She's going to go and find her name. So, it was another vendor at the Chatelaine retreat. And as soon as I saw these things, I was like, oh, I was going to be good. I was going to be so good, people. We started well. We started being good to start with, and then it sort of might have gone downhill from there. Right, I need to move this stuff. Now, don't worry. It's nowhere near as big as the last bundle. Because I did show some restraint. I had to. I'm like, there is no room. There is no room for any more things. But, although there was no room for any more things, when I saw these, I was like, well, I just have to have it in my life, right? I just have to. So, would you look at this? I know, right? I'm like, this is amazing. This is amazing. And I've always wanted something to stick my scissors in. Always wanted something. Okay, so Charlotte's put a link in the chat. She's on Instagram, Stitching Wood Crafts. How cool is this? Let me take my scissors out. I'm like, I just need to find a design that fits around this now. I don't know how I'm going to find one, but would you look? It's so well made. It's, yeah. There's not roughness anywhere. I love it. I absolutely love it. And the fact that I now have places. I can even put my cute little instant. Look, as example, when I was saying about the scissors, look at the difference in the scissors. So I can put my little scissors in there. My big scissors in there. I have a scissor holder. Miss Mary Perkins will be so proud of me because I've started my scissor collection with my scissor holder on this gigantic spool thing. I love it. I absolutely love it. Put your quilted tiny town around it. Do you know what? That might work. I quite like that idea. Imagine if I've got my spoolie and we put the quilted tiny town around it. How cool would that be? Yes. Yes. That, or it may have to be, what was the other one? The Caroline Selden one, like the King's thing. I don't know if it might be too small though, the other one. It needs to be the right height though. So I need to find a way of doing that. Her and her husband do woodwork for National Trust. She does a beautiful job, I have to say. She does a beautiful, beautiful job. So, Chris, that was an absolute necessity. I had to have that in my life. But I also had to have this. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're like, well, what is it? It's a picture frame. It's not just a picture frame, though. It's a magnet. It's a magnet frame. Oh, she says, if I can stop things falling off. So, you know when we make, like seasonal things, and you just want to have something that you can like put magnets on the back, pull it off, and then put the next season on. This will do that. This will do that. Look. It's wooden. It's magnetic. Oh, I know. I was just like, wow. I have to, and it stands up. So it's got like, so it is like a picture frame. So I love it. I absolutely, so I can either use it like this as like a display for magnetic things if I wanted to. But equally, I was thinking, let's put it on the overhead so you can get, look at this. It is beautiful. Beautiful woods. Love this. It's got the little spoolie stein there. But what I was thinking is I could get something that goes sort of within the boundary. Just put a magnet on the back side. Put it on there. Stand it up like a picture frame. And then each season I can switch out whatever it is. I absolutely love it. I was like, I've never seen something like this, where it's a picture frame that is magnetic, so that you could put magnetic things on it. Absolutely love it. Love, love, love. So, of course, I had to purchase one of those. See? Look how pretty it looks. Between that and my little spoolie thing. Look at me. Look at me with all the things. What else? What else? I think they were the only purchases that I actually made whilst I was there. Whilst at the Chatelaine retreat, so Charlotte and the lovely organisers, Nadine, Aileen, Charlotte, in my little gift bag, I got these. So I've got a selection of thread drops on one of these keychain things. I've got 2 lots of those. Don't know why I've got 2 lots of those. I might have picked up somebody else's, but I think actually someone said that they don't use thread drops, and they said, did I want them? So I was like, yeah, I'll have them all day long. What I didn't say was, whilst at the Chatelaine retreat, I met Sally from Flossy Sews and Grows. She came for the day as a day delegate. She was an absolute blast. She was a table buddy of ours. And love her, she gave me her floss cards. So I've got Flossy Sews and Grows floss cards. So thank you ever so much, Sally. I'll add that to my... Oh, do you know what? If I ever say I haven't got enough thread drops for all of my different projects, correct me massively. So in the little goodie bag that we got, I also got... It's almost like they were destined for me. Look, a pair of pink scissors with a case. And of course, where do you think my little pink scissors are going to go? We're going to put them in my little scissor keep because I can. I love it. I love it. What else? Also in my little thing was this. It's like a leather look tray with the poppers on. And this came in our little gift bag as well. So it goes flat. And then I have to say, although I'm sure it is supposed to be used for stitching, I'll confess, guys, I've not been using it for stitching. I've been using it on my bedside. You know, like when you go up to bed and you got to take your jewellery off and you got somewhere to put your glasses and your ear pods. It's a multi-purpose tray. It's getting some good use upstairs with me. So yeah, thank you so much, Charlotte and the organisers. We had a wonderful time while we was at the Chatelaine retreat. Again, there was vendors there. You had Charisse from Denkai Designs. That is who done my needle minder. So I've got the Chatelaine 2025 needle minder. There was also Corey's little shop was there. So I haven't bought anything from her as yet because, yeah, I'm like, I can't buy anything else. But she does gold work, thread specialist, custom kits. And I tell you what, when I saw her store, I was like, walk away, Teresa, because you are just going to be heading down a absolute rabbit hole. Absolute rabbit hole. There was like thread colouring. So I don't know, what do they call it? So you know, like where you keep going over with one colour and then it gets lighter and lighter, and it's basically, yeah. And then there was gold work, and then there was all the threads. Yeah, it was dangerous. So I'm like, walk away, especially after I'd already spent quite a bit of money on my spoolie and my board. I was like, you cannot, not with everything else that you have in life right now. So yeah, so also what I like about Corey's little shop is she also kits up chatelaines. So she had a number of chatelaines there, but if anyone's interested in a chatelaine, you can reach out to her and she can organise to get it all kitted up for you. But yeah, so I've got her card, and I think Charlotte, I nearly did, but then she told me I couldn't do the project as it couldn't be done in hand. Thank you for stopping me from jumping down that rabbit hole. Oh, so apparently you can't do the thread colouring or the gold work in hand. It has to be done in a frame. So Hence the reason why Charlotte didn't venture there, because she only stitches in hand. Unlike me, who could fall down another rabbit hole. So watch this space. So there was that. There was also a raffle at the Chatelaine Retreat, and one of the prizes that was on the table was some Christmas fabric. So it looks like it's a load of cut out Christmas stockings from this fabric line. So I was like, I'll have that. I'll have that. So I did that. And also I got one of the bigger prizes. So they done like a, I don't know what it was, Charlotte. What was it? Was it like a, it was another raffle. So there was like 2 different sets of tickets. And then they did it separately. So you had the proper raffle where they just keep putting the name in the hat and pulling them out. And there was lots and lots. And then there was another raffle that was like special prizes. And you had a different colour ticket for that. Would you believe it? I won it. And wow, what a great thing to win. Hold on. Look at this. When you see what this is, you're going to be like, it's called a door prize from your welcome. Oh, so it was the prize from my welcome bag. So there was a ticket in my welcome bag. I won it. Look at this. Now, you're sitting there going, well, what is it, Teresa? When you see this, you're going to fall over, because I did. I was like, oh! I was like, that is so clever, and I need that. And I'm like, I can have it because it's mine. This is bead storage. Look at this. So, see if I can do this. So, lots and lots of pots, but there's layers of it. So, this is like one layer. And then obviously this all sits in here, so it's got like a nice flat bottom. So I've got this layer here, which sits in the top one. But then there's more. Underneath there, this one has more, much more. I should really do this on the end of my table, shouldn't I? So you can see it. Can you see it there? Yeah. So in the second one, we have another tray of bead storage. And underneath that, there's another tray of bead storage. So I have 3 trays of bead storage. So the Pip and Chip bead labels would be perfect on these. Oh, I haven't looked at those. Oh no. Who's just sent me down a rabbit hole now? What? Why would you do that? Why? Yeah, I might have to go and have a little look. But how can you not? Given that I have got so many beads, people. In fact, it's embarrassing. I think one of the reasons why I've never shared my bead supply with everyone is because, for those of you that know, I was actually doing beading before I ever started cross stitch. So not only did I have beads for my beading that I never used, then I started stitching, and of course then you end up going and buying beads for specific projects. So then I still wasn't using it up, but then I was gaining more beads. I've got so many beads, people. It's embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. So the fact that I now have a one place where it will all fit, I can actually go through, sort them all out, because they're all in different tubs and they're all sort of just separate everywhere. They'll all go in here. Absolutely outstanding. But now I think I'm going to fall down a rabbit hole. Oh, well, I know I'm going to fall down a rabbit hole if I go and look to see what these bead labels are that Pip and Chip do. I mean, it has got, what else have we got in here? Not quite sure what that is. There's bits and pieces in here. There's lots of bits. Oh, it's got some round circle things. But what I was thinking is, I don't really want to see that. This is the dilemma. If I put something on the top to say what it is, I can't see inside it to see what colour it is. But I don't think that's a problem, because if I turn it upside down, I can see from the bottom what colour it is. And then that way I can put the colours on the top. Jasmine said the green thing is a fennel. You're gone and done it now, Teresa. Go down another rabbit hole. That's all she needs to get to hold you back. Okay, so Yasmin, darling, what is this? What is this? Someone tell me what I'm looking at here. The green thing is a fennel. I don't know what that is. What does that... What does it do? Mad Morty says the chip and pip labels for Mill Hill beads are colour code. Oh, they're not, are they? Really? Really? I want to go look already. I want to go see. Do you reckon they're expensive? Can I justify buying anything else? Really? Morty's like, they are indeed. They are. Oh dear. Rabbit hole commencing. And no, I'm not going to do it online with you. Right, okay. What is this? This looks wrong in every way, shape or form. What is it? Yes, to pour beads into the tubs. It's a shiwi? Claire? That's not a shiwi, is it? You would never be able to... No. No, I'm not having that. It's strange. I'll give you that. Okay, so far I've been... Oh, right, okay. So, yes, the funnel is so that you can pour the beads into the container securely. Okay. I see now. See, Claire, you just had to be rude, didn't you? I get it. That's such a clever idea. Never even thought about that. I always just used to cup my hands and just pour them in and hope for my life because, yeah, you know how hot and messy that gets. No, Teresa, no, hold on. Hold her back. I'm going to have to go shopping. I'm sorry. Pip and chip labels are colour-coded. Colour-coded. Miss Mary Perkins also thought that this was something other than what it was actually intended for. So I appreciate the people that are PG in my chat, that are keeping me on the straight and narrow and keeping me truly informed. So there's very grateful. Although I do need to now go at Pip and Chip and go and have a little look. So that is it. That is all I've got. Oh my God, less than £30. I say do it. Hannah. I'll go tonight and look, I promise. You watch. Next time you see me, I'll be going, look at my labels. Right, finally, the final thing that I purchased. God, this video, I don't even know how I'm going to edit this down for anyone that didn't want chat, because they've got nothing but chat. It's the most chattiest version of me. So the final thing was that the lovely Susie, when we was at the retreat, she gave me this. So it's designed by Lindsay Waite and it is Christmas Rules, Primrose Cottage. Love, 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 love. So it seems as I'm doing the other Primrose Cottage, it makes total sense that I would do Christmas Rules, right? It's just another chart for me to crack on with. What can I say? Yeah. Thank you, Susie. You're very, very generous. In fact, everyone's been so very, very generous. Right, I think we're going to need to wrap this video up. So I'm going to do the wrap up of the video for the video. So you guys just stay where you are because I need to chat with you still, right? Okay, so we're going to chat again in a minute. Just let me finish this video. Okay. Okay, so I think we're done. I think I'm more than done. And now I've just got this whole chaos of mess that needs to be put away. And yeah, everything's going to need a new home. At this rate, I'm going to have to move house because there's just too much stuff. Question, people. Are you still there? Has my stream just dropped off? Is that yep, the stream's dropped off? Or yes, you're still there? Because my screen over here says that it says starting soon. So I just need to make sure that... No, we're here. Oh, God. Damn it, people. Okay, take 2. Here we go. It's because you all went quiet. What can I say? It was just like the chat stopped and I'm like, oh dear, they're gone. They're lost. I've lost them. I shouldn't look at this. This screen is telling me that I'm still starting soon. That I'm not even on the TV anymore. Okay, right, let's try that again. Okay, I think that is it. We are done. I've took the iron legs off a donkey. I have got so much stuff that I now need to get put away and no places to put it all. I might have to move house at this rate with all of this stuff. I'm hoping that it looks worse than it is. And if not, I'm going to turn into a hoarding, cluttery person that just, yeah, hoards lots of stuff. So on that note, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate that for those of you that don't like live streaming, I've tried to cut out as much of the live as possible. Of course, you've got the chat up there. They have been chatting, as have I. But thank you so much for watching. I will see you again at the end of next month. Maybe before, if I actually have time to do some stitching, and we'll get a stitch with me in. So until next time, people, thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye for now. It's a wrap, people. Oh dear. Right. So hopefully we've done all that needs to be done for the rest of the people that don't like live streams. And I'm just gonna have to go in and edit this down. So we will see where we get to. Now, what is this? What is this? So bead labels at Pip and Chip are $27.50 and come in a choice of square or round. Ooh. $27.50. And is that, so is it all, what beads is it for? What beads is it for? I need to know. Labels are all the bead sizes too. So bugles, seed beads, 11s and 15s. Oh wow. Oh wow. That was so funny. What was so funny? What, me doing my wrap up? These were, Jennifer says these labels are reasonably priced. Do you know what? After all of this reasonably priced stuff, nothing is reasonable anymore. But I do think I might have to. I might have to do it, people. It might have to be an absolute have to. Well, can you imagine how disorganized my beads will get if I don't have labels on? So they do it for all the meal hills, right? I mean, I've got Delicas and Miyukis. So I could just put, I mean, that could be the way that I differentiate. I could have like, so there's 409 labels in a pack. Damn it. You're killing me, people. Teresa doesn't need any more enabling. Why would you do this to me? But I'm like, I do need labels for my little pots now. Oh, damn. Damn. Oh, no, we lost Teresa. She fell down the rabbit hole. Rabbit hole, man. There's a crater that I keep falling into. What on earth is going on? So $31.45 including postage. Morty, you're not helping. It's so bad, isn't it? It's like literally you think you've got everything you need and then it's like there's this new thing. There's this new thing and you really need this and you really need that. But you're right, I do need them. You really do. And no, I know you are helping me. You are helping me. And I will purchase them. Most definitely. I think I'm going to have to. Because I can't imagine what it would be like to have all of my beads in here. And not have labels on them. For once, this isn't my fault, Charlotte. You're totally right. This is a one-time deal, so you know. Can you imagine if I've just got like beads in there and the sticker falls off? At least with the Pip and Chip ones, they don't fall off. They're really, really sticky. Mad Morty says, I have these pots in a drawer unit and it takes time to write out all the labels. I wasn't planning on writing out the labels. I do have a label maker, but they're not circle, which means I'd have to sort of make them fit that gap. Whereas I'm assuming, I don't know, what does anyone know what the size is of the circle? Or has she got different sizes? What do we reckon? Do they come in sizes or do they just automatically go on there? Oh my god, what's this? Buy the whatty what's? What are we buying? Buy the chuffing labels. Chuffing labels? I'm still using Luster over your scroll frame. Can't recall the name right now. Can we stop sending poor Teresa down a rabbit hole, please? We won't see her. We just see all the stuff from the rabbit hole. Do you know what? Yeah, one of these days you're going to come on this video and it's just going to be like a barrage of things, and like my little head will just be sticking out from all the things. I will go and have a little look, guys. I will have to go and have a little look. Do you know what? I'm starting to lose the will to live on what chat I'm supposed to be looking at. I've got 3 chats that I'm looking at. I've got one over this side, which is moving, and it's moving a lot. We've got one over this side, which is moving less. So I think this is playing catch up, because that's now just started to come up with what this one says. And then I've got one on the screen. I must be getting tired because I'm like, I don't know where to look. Right, okay, so what was that about chuffing? Chuffing. What did you say? Chuffing, polite way of saying, oh, that's not PG, is it? But I like it. Chuffing. I hope no one else knows what I'm just saying here. Just saying. Well, they're gonna know now because it's in the damn chat, isn't it? I'm so pleased you kept that PG until after I'd got to the point that I was going to edit this out so that it's only the chat that are going to be aware of what chuffing is actually meaning. Ah, and now I keep saying it. Why are you making me keep saying it? They're saying just by the labels. Okay, so Hannah says 13 by 9. 13 by 9 or 20. Mad 40. They will save you a lot of time and look smart. Okay, I think it's a done deal. I think we can conclude from this that Teresa will be going on to Pip and Chip and going and buying labels. Very expensive labels for round pots. But then I've got to have the time to actually sort my beads out. So it, like, to be honest, I don't want to buy the labels until I'm ready to sort my beads out right. Because, yeah. Mad Morty says 13 by 9 are the rectangle labels. 20 millimeters are the round ones. 20 millimeters. I need. Aha. Stay there. You're just going to get a whole eye full of me now. I'm sorry. Let's have a little look. Have my ruler. It started, see? Look what you've done. I'm going to have to go soon, people, because I've got work in the morning. It's nearly 10 o'clock. Teresa's going to turn into a pumpkin. I know I said I had a nap, but although I had a nap at like 3 or 4 o'clock this afternoon, I didn't go to bed until gone 2. So, okay, so 20, what did she say it was? 20 millimeters for the round ones. Oh, would you know it? They fit perfectly. Do you want me to show you how perfectly they're going to fit? Hold up. Let me see if I can show you on the camera. Oh, she says. Oh, there we go. Hold up. Wrong way, Teresa. you see what I mean? But that's 20 millimeter, fits perfect. It's destiny. That's what it is. Destiny. Had I not done this live stream update, had I not shared this little box of goodies with you, had I not had this ruler, and had I not had these lovely people in the chat, I would not be aware of such labels. So I thank you, I think. I thank you, I think. That's because Pip and Chip make them to fit. What, they make them to fit those? But how do they know? How do they know? They don't know. Because all round tubs are different, right? Or are they like a universal bead tubs? Who knows? Who knows, people? Right. On that note, I'm getting very, very tired now. You must be exhausted from listening to me. Because these bottles are common online as a bead storage. Right. Well, they weren't around. Well, I say they weren't around. They weren't something that I ever found like this when I was doing beading. Did you see the new embroidery frame by 121 Stitch? You can embroider with your back straight, Teresa. You need to see it. Oh dear. Someone else is sending me down another rabbit hole now. You're going to have to message me. Message me. I don't even know. New embroidery frame by 121 Stitch. You can embroider with your back straight. 121 Stitch. I'm going to have to look that up. Oh, right. On that note, people, I think I'm going to call it. Mad Morty's going to send me a picture on Messenger. I owe you. I owe you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, guys, and for putting up with this whole chaotic mess and this chaotic video. The one thing that I did want to talk to you all about, which was the Facebook group. So you know the Teresa Made Me Do It Facebook group. I know that when I was looking on there, I was like, well, we had this so that you could share all of your projects with me, right? That is originally what we had it for. Obviously, I know that people do still use that channel, but do you want that Facebook channel to be for like when we're doing the lives, so that you can share your stuff with me so that I can see it? Or do you want to just carry on using it as just a general Facebook group thing? I'm just mindful of, you know, don't think we need to change the name, do we? What do we think, people? Because I have seen that there's I don't know, there's other stuff on there, like other people posting about their live streams and sharing their videos, content that's going up. But I didn't know how many people are actually using it as like a social network, or whether it's just social because you've been social in here, or do you only actually use it when we go on these lives? What do we think? Why not use it for both? Night, Louisa. Have a good night's sleep. I'm not far behind you. Jasmine says, is it 123 Stitch? No, it's 121 Stitch. 121 Stitch. I'm going to have to look that one up. So I'm not sure what the thought is on the Facebook group. Maybe we'll recircle back round to that next time. What do we think? Morty's already messaging me. I'm getting pinged already. So yeah, maybe we'll the next live that we do, we'll have a little chat about the Facebook group, whether we're using it, whether you're happy to use it for when we go on these lives. And I'm asking you, because under normal circumstances I wouldn't have gone through all of this stuff with you. We'd normally be sitting and stitching and chatting, and you'd be showing me, and I like to look on the Facebook group of all the stuff that you're stitching, because otherwise I don't get to see it. Using the Facebook group is a good idea. Okay. I think, okay. And we're still happy with the name, right? We're going to just stick with it the way it is. We could use it to do another sale. Oh, Charlotte, really? what the sale that I never completed that most people on this sale did complete. Yeah, that's most embarrassing. But well, for me then, I think the only sale that I can commit to that I'm likely to get done is a Mill Hill kit. Yes, keep the name. Okay. Well, everybody knows the name, right? That's on there. So, all right, we'll leave it as it is then, people. But yeah, we'll leave it as is. Right. On that note, it is nearly 10 o'clock. Teresa's going to turn into a pumpkin. Literally. My eyes are hanging out my head. And I'm really hungry now. And I didn't even have a tipple because I needed to keep a clear head. And now I'm exhausted. Absolutely exhausted. So, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for making this a total pleasure because I really wasn't looking forward to doing this as an actual video. I'll be honest with you. I was like, God, I've got to do a video and I've got to keep it all going, and then I've got to get rid of it all and tidy it away, and then I've got to edit. At least this way I can just edit bits out and it'll be what it is, right? So thank you so much for keeping me company. Hope you have a lovely week. I have a lovely week. I'm working from home tomorrow and then I'm in the city for a couple of days, but I've got lots going on. So yeah, a great week ahead. I hope you all have a lovely week. Fingers crossed I will see you in the next couple of weeks. I'd like to try and get back to doing the lives now that the weather is sort of a bit autumnal and a bit wintry. Of course, I'm not out in the garden. I'm not gardening till wee hours and into the dark. So yeah, it would be nice to get back to at least getting a little bit of consistency on the live. So thank you so much, guys. Have a lovely rest of the evening and I will speak to you all again very soon. But yeah, thanks for being complete sports this time round and putting up with this ramble. So until next time, bye guys.